All right, so here we go. Let me exit out of my CRM system. CRM system is customer retention management. It's usually once you establish your business as a wholesaler, your real estate business, you want to get you a CRM system in place. They have several, but it just helps you automate your business, organize information as well as your clientele, organize buyers and stuff. Most successful businesses, if not all, have a CRM system. So that's something you can look into, but you don't have to worry about that when you're finding your first deals. I also do me a property skip trace where I just have a list of properties and I have them skip traced by a virtual assistant. The virtual assistant will find numbers, and they usually charge, they're very cheap. Usually they're out of the country, and you can pay a skip trace maybe like 40 or 50 bucks to do like 200 numbers. It depends on the skip tracer, but it's an easy way to save you time in having to do skip tracing. Skip tracing is when you pretty much do a reverse address lookup. Like, let's say I come across an address, the property is blighted, it looks abandoned or vacant. I want to find out the owner's number and their tax billing address, or how I can get a hold of them. Usually you'll go to the county website and see where the tax billing address is. You'll get their name from the county website and their tax billing address, and then you, instead of doing the name, skip tracing the name, like putting it in Truth Finder, Intellius, White Pages Premium, True People Search, instead of putting the name in, I usually do the address, because I have the owner's name from the county website, usually the tax office or tax recording office. You can just call them up and ask for the owner's name or information about the owner, and usually they will give this to you. But once I have the address, I'll look for that. I'll put the address in the search engine, or in True People Search, which is free, by the way. Truth Finder, Intellius, White Pages Premium, Ancestry.com, and these other apps you have to pay monthly for. Once you make your deals, you can go ahead and subscribe or get a subscription to these skip tracing apps. But for the time being, you can just use True People Search, which is free. So let's just I'm gonna go to the property first. Let me put Zillow, because I found this property on Zillow. Zillow for sale by owner, and I'm gonna put in the zip code 19121. See, Zillow for sale by owner. 11 homes for sale by owner. Come right here. It gives you like a boundary and properties within this vicinity that's for sale. So because I know the area a little bit, see, these are properties that are pretty much fixed up already when they're that high. So I'm going to be looking down here. 99,000. Let's see what this is. All right, 1,261 square feet. Actually, this is the property that I found and I put under contract. It's a vacant lot, 1,261 square feet. That's about 15 by 80. 15 frontage, 80 depth. See, you scroll down. If you scroll all the way down, it'll give you some information on the property, taxes, the average sale price in that area, They also have a mortgage calculator. It tells you the schools. And if you scroll all the way down, you'll get the owner's information. Property owner down there. As well as realtors. You want to look for the property owner because this one is for sale by owner. So, once you find this, you call the owner and you're going to get some information from him. You know, find out his motivation for selling, why he's selling, to see if you can find some flexibility there, reason for flexibility. Now, this particular owner that I found, he pretty much didn't want to do any new construction, and he bought the property for $3,500 from the sheriff's sale, a tax sale. Somebody was deficient or behind on their taxes accumulated. It went to sheriff's sale. He bought it for $3,500. Now he has it on the market for $99,000. When I called him, we spoke, and he has been receiving calls from realtors, from wholesalers, pretty much trying to get him to under contract so they can market it. So he was pretty frustrated at that time. I told him that, you know, I am a developer. I can pay cash and close within 30 days, which is what mostly wholesalers say when they speak to a seller. However, because I work closely with one of my investors and he and I built the rapport, I can use him as a reference because he has done plenty of new constructions. So once I spoke to the guy, we spoke for about 10 to 15 minutes. I softened him up, and I told him that, you know, his price is pretty reasonable because he was getting low balls, and I didn't want to lowball the guy. You know, I didn't want to offend him initially. So I said, you know, your prices sounds pretty reasonable. Let me take a look at the comps and the new construction ARV, which is after repair value, or new construction comps in the area, and I'll get back to you. I'm going to talk to my partner and see if it's a deal that we would like to do. He came back and said, you know what, I recently sold a lot on the block for $80,000. If you're serious, I'll do it for $80,000. So he went down from $99,000 to $80,000, $19,000. He dropped his price. So what I do next, I go here to change the filter to sold. And look, all these sold properties. See, this is a hot area. Everything is like popping over here in this area. You see this much action going on, that's a hot area over there. So now I'm going to start looking for comparable sales. He said he'll take 80. So I have to find something that's sold for 90 or more because I want to make like maybe 10 grand off this deal. So that was on 25th Street. And I'm looking for a lot. You have to compare apples to apples. You don't want to compare a lot to already standing building or residential home. So I'm looking. You can see if you zoom in, you can see these are lots right here. These are lots, and these right here are buildings. So I'm looking for a lot. You can also go to home type here, and usually it gives you a filter. You can just put in lots and land. Cross all this out and push done. This looks like a lot here. See? Let's see what this is. See, this is a vacant lot that sold in April of 2020. Turner Street. And it's within the vicinity of the lot that I'm looking at. So here's a comp for 100. So that guy's price at $99,000 it's pretty much on point, but he said he'll take 80. This lot is a lot smaller than his. His lot is 1,261 square feet. This is 871 square feet. Now, this a lot of these homes in the area are RM1, which means residential multi-use or residential multifamily. Now, the lot that I looked up and I'm getting on the contract is a single-family home. Residential multifamily homes or lots are worth more money than a single-family home because you can put more families. If you build new construction, you can put more than a single family on that property. So they're worth more. But anyway, this is a good price. It's $100,000. Right? The lot is much smaller. So let me see if I can go around and find some more comps. Here's one for $44,000 that sold for $44,000. But that was 2019. That's too far out. I could just shrink it down a little bit. See, I'm not seeing anything outside of this 100 right here. But here goes comp right here for new construction. It says $398. So this is new construction here, as you can see. So if I sell this lot, somebody can build new construction, and whoever buys that lot, they want to know how much new construction is selling for in that area. It says $398. This sold in 2019. As I said, we need a more recent comp. We're looking for 6 months. Within the past 6 months, that something sold. So I'm going around. Here's something for $85,000. This lot is 1,420 square feet. Sold in March for $85,000. So that $99,000 may be a little on the high end, because what you want to do is you want to take 3 recent comps, add those up. The 3 recent comps that you find, cash comps, you're looking for cash deals. You're going to take those 3 comps, add them together, and whatever number you get, you're going to divide that by 3, and that'll be your average cash sale price. Sorry about the finger. If you guys got to rewind just to hear what I'm saying, you can do that. All right, here goes one. Look, this is 25th Street. I found something for $110. This is around the same size. My lot is 1261. This is 1258. It's good. This sold for $110 in August of 2020. So my guy's at 99, so his price ain't bad. Remember, I'm getting it for $80,000. So see, I'm going to use this comp as a recent cash comp. It's nice to have 3, but if you don't have 3, you can use this one to negotiate with your buyer. Now, I'm going over here because I see some 500 and something thousand. There's a lot of 500 and something thousand. I don't know if that's a blanket mortgage. If they put multiple properties under one mortgage or refinanced these properties. But because I know the area and I've done my due diligence, I know that single family homes are selling for at least $400 to $420, right? On the high end, you can get $450. So this is a simple way to find comps. You really want to build a relationship with the realtor so you can use what is called the MLS, the multiple listing service. You can just call your realtor friend up who's investor friendly and say, listen, Joe, I need comps for such and such address. Can can you send me some comps or do what they call a competitive market analysis, and he'll send you a series of cash comps as well as fully renovated or new construction comps in the area. And this will give you a base on what to determine your sell price. So if you're getting it for 80, like I negotiated 80 with this guy, I'm going to put it out there for the price that he had it out there, because I don't have it under contract yet. And what I did with this one is savvy wholesalers will say what I did is kind of like the fearful approach to wholesaling. You want to analyze the numbers, and if it's a good deal, you want to get that property under contract. You don't want to wait, because there's a lot of competition out there. Somebody else is going to find that property and they're going to make an offer. If they make the offer before you and they move on it and pull the trigger, they're going to have that deal and you're not. So, but what I did was, I wasn't sure about having a buyer. So what I did was called ghost marketing, meaning that I pitched the deal without the address. I just put the first two numbers in the address and then an XX behind that. And I pitched it with all the stats. It's this many square feet. These are the comps, cash comps. This is the new construction comps in the area. And those numbers should catch them. Then they're going to say, okay, what's the address? You ask them, are you interested in this area? Are you willing to pay such and such price? And how fast can you close? And I'll send you the address. Once they answer those, you send them the address. But I would suggest that if there's interest in that, you lock that thing in, because anyone can steal that deal from you. I didn't lock it in. I found a buyer, and I'm going to tell you how I found a buyer. Remember that 110 comp that I just showed you? This 110 comp right here. This is about a block away, I believe. About almost a block away. I went and found out who bought this. I did a skip trace. I found out who bought this property, and I pitched him the deal because he just bought a property on the same block as my subject property. So more than likely, he's going to be interested in this. So I did a skip trace. I found out who he is. Yeah, I called him up and I said, listen, my name is such and such, Sean Gonzalez. I have a property in 19121 Brewery Town, which is a hot area in Philadelphia, Sharswood Brewery Town. I said, I have a lot. This is the price. This is the square footage. And I sent him the comps, new construction comps, as well as cash comps. And he was interested. He said, yeah, I'm interested, but he wanted to know how I got his number. I explained to him my business, how I get numbers and so on. There's no secret. And he said, okay, send me the information. We agreed on the price. Now I went back to the seller and said, listen, I'm interested at the $80,000 that you said you'll take. So I put together an agreement of sale, sent it to the seller via email. Once the seller signs, I'll send that initial agreement with an addendum agreement to the buyer. The addendum agreement is going to be for the buyer, wherein I state that he's buying the property with whatever stipulations is attached to that agreement, which there is none. There's no contingencies on the agreement. So it's a land. We're buying the land as is. I send it to the buyer in my agreement addendum. I said he's going to give me a $2,000 earnest money deposit. They call it EMD, which goes to the title company or the attorney. It doesn't go to the seller. The attorney or title company holds that EMD or earnest money deposit in an escrow account until closing. So that $2,000 goes towards the $80,000 purchase price. In addition to that, I put on the addendum that the buyer is going to pay me a $2,500 assignment fee for this deal. They agree, they sign, they send it back to me. I send both agreements to the title company. Usually, the buyer can choose his own title company. You ask him for the title company, you get the email, or you just call the title company and ask for their email, send them the two agreements of sales, They'll start the title search. And just to see if there's anything on the property, if the property can be sold to the buyer free and clear without any encumbrances or liens on the property or taxes owed. All those things are usually the responsibility of the seller to take care of, and you can negotiate to pay those in the asking price. Okay, so that's how I found the buyer. Usually, when you find a deal, the buyer is going to be within the vicinity. You look for the most recent comps within the past 6 months, and that's your buyer. You contact them, you do a skip trace. Let me pull up real quick Truth Finder so you can see, and this is all free stuff. I mean, True People Search. Truth Finder is a very good tool. You can find out criminal information, whatever assets the people own. You can see if they are pedophiles or they got what kind of record they have. You can see their financial record as well. And the Truth Finder will give you a series of numbers, but we're going to use this free one, True People Search. See, now in True People Search, you can put the name, reverse phone number. Like if you got a phone number, you want to find out the person's phone number or who the phone belongs to, you could put that in there. And you can put the address, reverse address. So once you find a tax billing address to the person who bought that property for $110,000, you put that address in here. You just put address, see? And it'll switch to address. You put the address here, city, state, zip code, and a whole bunch of names will come up. If you already know the owner's names from looking at the tax information, if you have the owner's name, now when that name pops up under that address, the tax billing address, you know to click on that name and call all those numbers that comes up under that person's name. A lot of the numbers may not work. Some of them may be the wrong number, but you want to find that buyer based on the name. All right, so this is True People Search. It's free, guys. So you can use that to do your skip tracing for the time being. See, I'm in Philadelphia, so, in Philadelphia, you see this is the address, 1524 North 5th Street. Now, if I go to Philadelphia.gov, or Philadelphia Property Search, see, you click on the first one, Philadelphia, or property, phila.gov, City of Philadelphia. Click on it. This is what comes up. You put, they have a new site. You can go to the new site or use the old one. I just like using the old one. But see, on this site, once you put the name in, you can get any liens, LNI, license and inspection information, find out if they're behind on taxes. I'm going to put that address in. The address is 1524 North 25th Street. That's all you ain't got to put Philadelphia because it's already a City of Philadelphia website. You just got to put in this. Hit search. We're working on a new property search website with more information. Well, look, it popped up. The person who owns that address that sold for $110 or was bought for $110 is 3637 Realty LLC. That's the name. They're from. It says Brooklyn, New York. So now you're going to put that address right here in True People Search and see what comes up. See all the names, and you got to filter it out. It's a corporation. So this is not a personal ownership. This is owned by a corporation. These are usually difficult to find because now if you put that address in right here, if you put that address in, a whole bunch of names may pop up. So you're going to have to vet all those names to find out who owns 3637 Realty LLC. And sometimes people may not want to give you that kind of information. They don't know who the hell you are. But this is the way I find them. View tax balance. You click on that module here, or that button. You can view the tax balance. It also has here market value, taxable land, tells you what the property is worth according to the city. This doesn't mean that this is the market value of that property, because there's properties selling for $80,000, $70,000, $90,000 in the area. This says $15,000, so you can't go by that. You have to go by the recently sold comps. You can also see from the city website what they paid for it. They paid $17,700 back in 2017. You can also download this data, view the L&I records, school district, a lot of information on here. But I rarely use that anymore. What I use is PropStream. PropStream, I'm paying $99 a month for PropStream, and it's pretty good because you can get comps off of here. You can get information on the property, the owner. You can see, you can take a look at the deed, get a copy of the deed from PropStream. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with PropStream. See? And if I put 1524 North 25th Street, Philadelphia. All right. So you can filter this out too. There are tutorials on YouTube on how to use PropStream. And this is it, PropStream. But see, this information will eventually pop up. It's kind of slow here. But if you look up here, they have MLS, properties on the MLS, pre-foreclosures, auctions, bank-owned, cash buyers. There's 4,076 cash buyers in this area. Liens, there's 6 properties with liens on them. 1,548 properties with vacancies that are vacant, and 13,167 which have high equity. You click on details here in PropStream. Go to property details, which is on already. It tells you who owns it, United Development LLC. See, that was different from the public county website. See, so not all the information is accurate. What I did, and see, this right here has the new purchase price of July 2020. And usually if there's a mortgage balance, it'll say it here. Open mortgages. It'll tell you the estimated value, last year, average sale price. Comparable properties, 451. Damn, that's a lot of properties that's sold in that area. It's sold back on the MLS for 75. Whoever paid, okay, the initial buyer sold it for 75 in 2019, and then it was resold in July for 2020. Now, United Development LLC, that's who owns it. Their mailing address, 47 Old Champlain Road, Hillsborough, New Jersey. See, so what I'll do, I'll put that in True People search and see what names pop up under there. I'm going to call every name until I find out who owns this corporation. And then I'm going to pitch them the subject property that I'm trying to sell. See, but it tells you a lot of property characteristics, land, location, legal description, tax assessment information, what type of deed it was. It was a cash purchase. Arm's length, resale, sale price $110,000. Okay. Now let me pull that up again, because if you want to find cash buyers, you just go right here. Oh, hold on, comparables. This is PropStream that I'm using. Now you can go ahead, public records, you can get comps from public records, the MLS, or you can do both. I usually do both. Scroll up, and these are all the comps in the area. Over here you see that they're on the map, so you can see the proximity, but also over here it'll tell you the distance. It'll tell you that this is like a block away. When you see 0.1, that's like a block. All these are close, all these comps. You can even click. Some pictures will come up, tell you what the property looks like, or you can just go on Zillow and look. 69 pictures there that comes up right here on the side. Right? Tells you it sold for $107,000. This is a 2-story property, a shell that sold for $107,000 back in back in March. So that's it, guys. I hope that this video was good information for you and comprehensive. Please follow me on YouTube and Instagram at Trader Tech, on Facebook at Sean X Gonzalez on Facebook. Thank you for watching.